morning out there in high performance land. Chris Straub with Straub Technologies here, and we're going to go over a few aspects of some solid roller lifters today. Now, it's no mystery that I sell a lot of Morel lifters. Morel's a 90-year-old company. They manufacture in-house. They grind, they heat treat, they machine everything in-house and stuff, and been making lifters for going over 3 decades now. So let's start off with a couple different styles of lifters. There is the Morel Sportsman lifter. Now what this actually has an oil band. So the transfer of oil from tappet to tappet is through this band, through the oil port in the block type deal. Very popular lifter out there as far as design. Many companies use this design. But one difference as far as with the Morel on these lifters is the skirting around the wheel. You'll notice that it's a radius, it's not a flat cut. Well, what that does is, anybody knows that when you have two intersecting at an angle, at a 90-degree angle, that's a weak point. That's where something can fracture it can crack. So by skirting the roller like Morel does, it doesn't give you that 90. So that strengthens the forks on either side. The other thing with this lifter, it's a live axle. So that axle actually spins in the body design and retained by that wire lock and stuff. Those are the pros as far as on a Sportsman style lifter. The cons are really with the high lift camshaft profiles that we see today, and this comes way back in the days of Crane and their research and development that they did and stuff. With the old man lifter, when you get up over 400 lobe lift, you lose the stability because now this oil band, you lose that surface area. When we refer to the thrust sides of a lifter, we're referring to the front side and the back side. So that, because it's following the camshaft when it's doing this, okay? When you lose that surface area on these higher lift camshafts and stuff, the lifter tends to flex and stuff. So we recommend this style lifter up to 400 lobe lift. Yeah, is a guy gonna push it to 405, 410, they're gonna do it type deal. And a lot of manufacturers, I'm not saying you can't do it, but what we recommend is you don't use this style lifter in anything over 400 lobe lift, this style lifter. This is what we refer to as the Ultra Pro series. This is a big block Chevrolet lifter, and this is an 842 diameter. This is in the Black Mamba series. It actually has a 470 axle, which I believe is the largest axle diameter in an 842 lifter out there. Again, it has a skirting around this, okay? But one thing in an 842, with the spring pressures and the high spring loads that we see today, and you see this is a full-bodied lifter. You see an oil port, but when you look down in the lifter, and we'll do a close-up for you later, there's actually a strut inside that lifter. That's on purpose. Morel actually machines the body out. They just don't blow a hole through there. They leave that support strut there so that you've got extra load-bearing capacity right underneath that push rod. To my knowledge, Morel is the only person that does this. Are there cheaper brands of lifters out there that look like this lifter? Sure there are. Do they have that strut? No. You'll also look at the skirting around the lifter. Again, just like the earlier lifter that I showed you, this is skirted. That actually takes extra machining processes to go in and do that. Most would just take a plunge cut mill and run right across that, and they're ready to go type deal. Not Morel. They go in here and they give you that radius. Again, this is all for added strength as far as that. Now the Black Mamba is a full Pro Series lifter, so it's got a full body. And what I talked about earlier on the two thrust sides, now you've got full body here, surface area type deal. These lifters, 500 lobe lift, 525 lobe lift, anything you want. So that's kind of the pros and the cons and the differences. This lifter being DLC coated, you could run it. We recommend it in any aluminum blocks. They have what they call the Mamba Light, which is a highly polished body. And in testing with some of the professional race teams and stuff, there was no difference in power between the two. But the DLC coating is just a little added extra insurance. And we all know what insurance is like. You only need it when you need it. But Ultra Pro, DLC coated, keep in mind that strut, keep in mind the skirting, and then you've got the Pro Series lifter with the oil band, a little cheaper lifter, but a very effective lifter. Both of them 100% manufactured in the USA. Thank you for your time.